Here in Germany, we have a saying. One picture is saying more than 1,000 words. I don't know if you know that too, but this one is explaining what's meant about all that. So here we have the Galaxy S3, the big one, the mega seller of Samsung, and this one is the S3 Mini. And as you can see, it's really worth this word because it's a totally different haptical feeling you have. It's way smaller and shorter and more compact, but it's a little bit thicker. We have here 9.9 millimeters, then 8.7 millimeters, and it's a little bit more heavy. It's 145 versus 133 grams over here. So altogether, you have a totally different haptical feeling when you grab it into your palm. So it's way more compact and intense, and especially you can pull it into your pocket more easily. So and especially if you look at this, you can reach all points of the touchscreen with one finger, and you have a totally different experience over here. As you have to, if you want to grab this picture, that is this icon over here, and these over here, you have to re-grab and switch, and over here you have to stretch your finger, that's right, but it's working if you want to. So I guess for all the people saying, well, it's great, but too big for me, here we have an alternative. So the S3 Mini is I guess designed for a totally different group, target group, and that's let's see, concerning the features and especially the display. It's not only the size, so we talk about 4.8 inches over here and 4 inches concerning this. So you have a 30% less bigger screen, and especially the pixels. Here we have 720 to 1280 versus 480 to 800 pixels. So you're coming to 306 ppi versus 235 ppi over here. So 40% less pixel density. And let's go a little bit closer to see what I mean over here. Okay, here we go. So look at those. By the way, this is a video shot in full HD. So please, if possible, watch in full HD too, so you can see those differences I'm talking about more clearly. And I'm talking about this one over here. Of course, it's a little bit bigger because of the bigger screen size here on the S3 than on the Mini. But as you should see, we're talking about a little bit less sharpness, but you can read also very clearly. It's no problem at all. I just wanted to show you what I'm meaning and what is in the practical side, those less pixel density. So over here, see this. It's not that big a deal, but you can see the difference. That's all what I wanted to talk about. And the other thing is, you have a AMOLED, Super AMOLED display, and let's go to the browser to show what I mean over here. As you can see, I hope so. This is a typical pentile matrix. You know, these just 2 subpixels for each pixel. So you have this green one, and then even a red or a blue one, and this is the same over here on the S3 Mini. So we have Super AMOLED with a pentile matrix, but that's not a big deal because, as you might remember, it's really like a miracle what's Samsung doing with this display. We're talking about 306 ppi. That's not the best thing you can find on the market, and especially pentile matrix normally is not that best choice. But in this case, if you look at this, it's really sharp. I've never seen a sharper display, even compared with, let's say, an iPhone 4 or a Sony Galaxy S or whatever, that should have sharper displays concerning the just on the paper. But in if you in the you look at them in the practice, you'll see the difference, that it's the sharpest display on the market today. So we have the same panel over here in the S3 Mini. That means even if you're talking about only 235 ppi, it's really okay. It's really, you can work with this. It's okay. For the price, this is 439 euro over here in Germany. Compared to 699 for the big S3, the Samsung is calling it, but that's the difference between those. So this is not a really an easy one, but concerned the price over here, you can see that it's for the middle class and not the upper class, let me call it like this. But let's go back to the differences. It's both Android 4.1, as you can see, and in the menu, and here we have the widgets, and so for using the devices, it's totally the same, but we have, and especially those light features like Smart Stay, so this front camera is watching you, and while you're reading the display, the light is never going out, turning out if you want to, and especially those comfort features are the same, so that's great, but the hardware is totally different. Here we're talking about 5 megapixels on the camera versus 8, and videos are shot not in full HD but in 720p. And of course the internal memory, oh yeah, that I wanted to show you. Let's go over here again, menu, settings, memory. Okay, we are talking about 8 gigabyte internal memory, but as you can see, he is talking about 4.5 gigabyte total. But I've used 1 gigabyte over here for my personal testing data. So we are talking about a rest of around about 4.1 or 4.2 gigabyte you can use when you buy this device. So just from coming from 8 going down to 4 gigabyte, it's a big package Samsung is installing over here. So you can be sure to, if you want to use those multimedia features of the S3 Mini, you have to buy a micro SD card, and here we come to this. The slot for the SD cards is below the battery over here, and you can only use up to 32 gigabyte cards, and as you may remember, on the big S3 you can use up to 64 gigabyte cards. And the battery is a smaller one too. It's just 1,500 milliampere hours, and on the big S3 we have 2,100 milliampere hours. So it's yeah, but a smaller display, so maybe the same kind of durance from the battery power to make it through the day, I hope so. And over here we have the SIM slot, and it's the same plastic feeling over here on the back side. The same, it's almost like a mirror, and no, it's not, how to call it, very great haptics, let me call it like this. Not everybody will like this. So if you do not like the S3 feeling of the cover, you won't like the S3 Mini 2. So that's oh yeah, sure, to turn it on. That's the same on both devices. And did I tell you that we don't have NFC? Yeah, and especially on UMTS we have a bit less download rate. We're talking about 14.4 megabit per second versus 21 megabit per second on the big one. And here we have a special LTE model. I can't believe that this one will get LTE someday, because we are talking, as I told you, about the middle class and not the upper class as a target group. So, but you never know with Samsung what's coming in the future. So let's wait what's coming on. So that's my processor. That's great. Just forgot this one. Here we're talking about a quad-core processor, as you know, and the Mini comes with a dual-core processor, just having 1 gigahertz versus 1.4 gigahertz from the big S3, and the RAM is the same. It's 1 gigabyte. All right, that's the basic facts and the first impression of the S3 Mini versus the big S3. So here we go back again to see both devices in full screen again. So first impression of that, I hope I could help you, and I also hope we will see back soon. Thanks for watching and take care.